Hello to the amazing people, the Neomer here, and welcome to some more Citizen Sleeper. You can check out the playlist in the comment below if you want to watch it from the start. It is a very narrative driven game, and yeah, there's a little bit of tacticality in it, which we are easily figuring out. But other than that, it's yeah, it's a nice story. It's a really cool story. I enjoy it a lot. Anyhow, last time we played some Tavla at the caster's table. He did, as a Tavla master, he did defeat us, but that was not the point. We didn't really have a chance to actually play it. I just went through some dialogues, but we were able to get a pretty cheap stabilizer here, and yeah, that was pretty good. Now I have to decide what to do with my 2 6s here. Not here. So I like to put 6s into endurance work. And engage. Okay, let's see. Do we have any endurance work here on the other side in the green way? Because I'm really bad with endurance, so we have a +0 bonus, so 6s there are ideal. And we actually have some endure here, although we can also do it by mapping the pathways, so we don't need to. Okay, let's see. Haifa commune. Same thing, really. Same thing. Okay. Yeah, I guess there will never be a job which we cannot easily do here. Oh, except this one. But I don't have any upgrade points to actually unlock it. Yeah, this one would be interesting. Oh no, this one will also be +1 if you ever unlock it, so much about that. Okay, let's start putting some stuff into some places here. Let's see, tracking Ashton, right. This is for our friend. Yeah, this one might be like relatively easy, so let's go and track him down. Ankita seems to think Ashton is out here at the wild edge of the Greenway. Time to see if that's true. Sure, let's try to track him down. Right. Oh, we can get 3 pluses here if we go for search for signals. We should definitely do this side, not that one. Whoops. I made a mistake there. Okay, cool. Right, and then we need to go and sleep, so we're gonna be doing that. I also still didn't do the thing for here. Sidereal Horizon for that friend of ours and his little girl, so I kind of want to do that as well at some point. I want to do everything really, but there's only so much you can do in one cycle, so. But things are pretty much like a little bit casual and relaxing now, so enjoying that. Oof, look at those dice though, look at those dice. Feed the stray. There you go, little kitty cat. Some crackers. There we go. Always neutral. Okay, I'm gonna actually I figured out this is not worth it, so I'm gonna go to lower number of dice. Well, yeah, so unless you're doing a critical task and you really need 5 dice, going down to 4 is alright actually. Okay, let's go track Ashton then. Also, I would like to do some. Okay, let's do like Intuit, interface, doesn't really matter which one. I guess I can do this 50% positive. Although we will lose some energy if we fail, so I'm not super happy about that. Yeah, let's just use this one instead. There we go. Okay. So here he is. Ankita, stranded mercenary. I found Ashton. Ankita. The trail ahead extends deep into overgrown section of the Greenway. At this far end of the ring, where the long lazy curve of the Greenway becomes a shuttered landscape of the waste, things are oddly quiet. Ahead stands a vast farm stacks broken from its axis by rust of force, and lying among the overgrown landscape like an ancient temple. It is stained with moss and algae, flows of green running out from its broken tanks like a frozen brackish tide. This is where Ashton is hiding, you're pretty sure. All your intuition points to the shadows beneath his collapsed superstructure. You roll the comhat set Ankita gave in your palm. Call Ankita. You slip the headset onto your ear and it fizzes with static. After a few moments you hear Ankita. Sleeper, have you located the target? A doubt enters your mind. Can you be sure he's there? No, hold. A confused silence on the other hand. Maybe it is better that you confirm that Ashton is here before you call in Ankita. Remove headset. You put the headset back into your pocket. Not yet, you need confirmation. You survey the route ahead. There is a direct route, a line of broken pillars that take you into the center of the structure. Or you could skirt around the pillars, keeping to the cover of the raised spine of the greenway and work your way around. It will take longer, but it's better concealed. Skirt around. You decide on the long route and head off towards the central spine. It is slow going there, where the overgrowth meets the metal wall, but it is concealed that you can barely see the glass roof high above. You follow the wall knowing it will lead you to the edge of the collapsed stack. For the final part of the journey you have to work your way through dense undergrowth, pushing aside branches in front. It is exhausting and you stop on a small rise to rest. It has been hours since you began. You desperately hope Ashton hasn't moved on. Just ahead a soft glow is coming from somewhere within the farm stack. A glow of light, still on after all these years perhaps. You take a little longer to rest and push on. You follow the faint glow of the stack, you find a broken tank and step through the opening, trying to avoid the broken glass that sits among the moss and algae. You work your way up the slanted tank carefully, quietly. Somewhere water drips and you swear you hear birdsong. Hanging plants catch the light, coating the place in a pale and sickly green. As you reach the edge of the tank, you hear something, an echoic hiss like a hydraulic piston. You quickly move up to where the tank opens into the central drum and look over the edge. The vast drum is like a cistern, with plants growing on all sides and wet mossy island at its base. It's beautiful, and for a moment you can't see anything but tones of green. Then you see the sleeper. Oh, really? A sleeper? In a faint circle of light descending down through the drum, the sleeper lies slumped at an odd angle. They are surrounded by crates, and beside them, on one of the mossy island, there is an object, a cylinder set on a tarp. It is connected to the sleeper's head. You flinch. Are they one of the others? One of the ones that escaped with you? You squint, trying to recognize them. They are twisted, broken, open, wrong. You look away. Wait. You wait, unsure what to do, your eyes fixed on the broken sleeper at the center of the drum, on the connection between them and the shipment. You think of what might be passing through that connection, thoughts, memories, or just data. You hear a sound, a quiet hiss, then soft footsteps. Below you, Ankita enters, her sidearm in hand. She must have followed the signal from the headset. Has she been spying on you? You watch her step onto one of the mossy islands, the water around rippling as she does. The gunshot breaks the silence, blanking out all noise. It hits Ankita's shoulder piece, the ceramic armor cracking but holding, as she braces into the impact. Then she launches herself forward, the now activated armor launching her across the drum. Another shot goes wide before she reaches the cover of the crates beside the sleeper. Shit, you hear the shout from one of the tanks high on the far wall. Ankita reaches over and wraps a hand around the thick connection between the shipmate and the sleeper. What is she doing? You better calm down here or I'll rip this right out of their head, she screams at the wall of tanks. You shiver at the suggestion. Ankita, stop. Ankita flinches, but she doesn't take her eyes from Ashton. Quiet, sleeper, Ankita shouts. A shot rips through the moss beside you, filling your vision with green. The shooter must be somewhere on the other side of the tank. Do that again and I swear to God I'll tear their head off, Ankita shouts to them. Sleeper, you stay down. There is a long pause. All you can hear is the dripping of the water running down the walls of the drum. Then Ashton calls out. I'm coming down, Ankita. Don't do anything stupid, for God's sake. He appears at the far side of the drum, stepping through the shallow water, rifle raised above his head. Well, interesting. So I guess the sleeper is his friend or something? So Ankita and me, her sleeper friend, and Ashton and his sleeper friend. Drop the gun, Ankita shouts. He throws you down the moss. As you lean out to watch, you see him catch your eye, cloaking your presence. What are you up to here, Ashton, you psycho? She stands, keeping her sidearm trained on his head. You ripped my shipmine for what? Some freakish experiment? No, to help his friend, Ankita. Don't you see what's going on here? Ashton approaches with shaking hands, his eyes now fixed on the connecting bundle of wires that Ankita still has hold of. Steady, Ankita, it isn't like that. I needed a shipmine. You have to understand. They would have died without it. What are you talking about? I don't give a shit why you ripped my shipmine and crippled my ship. I should put you down right now. She tightens her grip on her connection. Typical of you, Ankita. No curiosity. Ashton smiles shakily. That is why I never ask for your help. You only look after yourself. He nods at you. That sleeper up there, they're just bait, right? To draw me out? Ankita sucks a breath in. Are you trying to give me more reasons to shoot you? I love them, Ankita. Ashton looks at the crumpled sleeper. I love them and they were going to die. I knew you would never understand that. He starts closing the gap between himself and Ankita, now slowly inching forward. Don't do that, Ashton, Ankita snarls. Don't do that. Let the wires go, Ankita. Let us go. If you don't get out of my way, he inches closer. Please. I can't let you take it, Ashton. Ankita hardens her stare. You stole it from me. You left me for that. She shakes her head. You think I'm gonna trust you after all of that? Well, I have a shipment core. Do you want to take that instead? Come on, let's just all be friends. I have another one here. I can make another one. Just be friends. I need it, Ankita. I need them to survive. Ashton is in reach of the sleeper now of Ankita. I'm going to take them now, Ankita. He raises a hand. I'm going to take the shipment and go. Ankita loosens her grip on the connection a little. Her hand is shaking now. Stop, Ashton. She lowers the gun a little. Stop. Seeing her drop her guard, he makes the move. A blur of movement, a struggle, a shot, another. You recoil back behind the edge as they ricochet around the inside of the drum, the sound deafening you. When you crawl back to the edge, Ashton is bleeding into the water, the red and the green. Ankita is standing at the center of the drum, the severed connection in her hand. The water drips endlessly, drip after drip after drip. Is this how it ends? I am not happy. So much violence. I mean, yes, she stole it, but it's not always so simple. What do we do now? You force yourself to look at the broken sleeper. There is no sign of life, of humanity. They're just another broken object among many other broken objects, while all around living things grow and thrive. Ankita finally looks back at you, tears in her eyes. She begins to say something that might be sorry, but you are already gone. Well, that didn't go well. I wonder if I could have done something to stop that from happening. She's not there anymore. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Huh. That. Oh, maybe she docked on the other side, actually. Wait. No? Oh, well. Maybe if I did some other choices, it would work out differently. Maybe. These are both nice, safe actions. Work the canteen. Newcomers to the commune can work within the canteen, preparing and serving food for those that make the compound their home. The grow beds are the heart of the commune, feeding the members and fueling their lab work. You are invited to assist in maintaining them. Well, I'm gonna do the engage action because that might give me some energy here. Nice. New drive discovered. Flotilla 8. Find Ashton. Ankita wants you to talk to Ankita about what happened. But where is she? I don't know where she is. She's definitely not here. And not here. HIPAA member. Going green. Okay, maybe we need to wait a little bit for her to reappear somewhere. Yeah, that would make sense, right? Rabaya. We stopped working for Rabaya. Let's do a little bit of work for Rabaya here. Oh, this will start a new stuff. Okay. Oh, still need one. Okay. Oh, maybe I should have worked the other side. Oh, this gave me scrap components. That's pretty good. Mingi Express. Oh, we can get lots of energy here. This is a good action to do for energy, actually. The paired unit. This is our home, dear home. Oh, we sold most of our data. Yeah, she's nowhere to be found. Right. Are these dangerous? They're kind of risky. Okay, let's do this one here. Some more scrap components. Okay. Rabaya, let's go find Sabine. This time you meet inside Rabaya's office, although now that you've seen it, office seems like the wrong term. You find her stood in an almost bare shadowy unit, midway through a sequence of stretches. There are two low stools and a terminal in the corner, but it seems that most of the space is taken up by a heavy punching bag, rubber mating and a stack of weights. When Rabaya turns to greet you, you realize she's missing an arm. Oh wait, what? The prosthetic, oh yeah, okay, we noticed that before. The prosthetic she usually wears is set in a cradle near the terminal, a web of colored wires running to it. Updates, she says, noticing you looking where her artificial arm usually is. No, nothing to worry yourself with. Of course. Sit, says Rabaya, gesturing to the two diminutive stools. You both settle on the stools, Rabaya crossing her legs on top and sitting straight back. Jia told me you have been doing the rounds. Collecting teeth, patrolling the ward, she smiles. Some of the enforcers are impressed, and I hear you handled a few difficult circumstances. Nicely done. I wanted to see for myself. She raises an eyebrow. See what for yourself. If I can trust you. I see. Rabaya flexes her neck side to side. And the conclusion? Still deciding. Well, Sleeper, Rabaya says teasingly. Please, keep us updated on any progress. She smiles a thin smile. Joking aside, I know that for you life on the Eye has been a struggle, but I hope we can do something about that from here on onwards. Though some of our members may not see it this way, I know you two are a refugee. She looks at you solemnly. That is why you have come to us. Oh. Sabine, a doctor in the Bright Market. Enough, Rabaya, Sabine's voice cuts through the conversation. I am tired of listening to your affected nobility. They cross the room, Rabaya's baton in their hand, to end lit with sparking electricity. Rabaya looks between the two of you. I suppose this ambush was another cooperation between you two. She looks straightly unfazed. No, they're acting alone, actually. Sabine pauses, thrown off for a moment by your renunciation. Rabaya takes this opportunity to act. So I guess we abandon Sabine here because she's corporate? Yeah. Rabaya takes... Yeah, I didn't think about that choice. Rabaya takes this opportunity to act. She leaps from the stool and, fainting past Sabine, grabs the baton and twists it inwards. She's by far the stronger and she pushes Sabine to her knees, plunging the crackling end of the baton towards her chest. They freeze there, Sabine struggling to keep the crackling baton from their skin. Stop. Then you support them, Rabaya asks you, her eyes not leaving Sabine. Your loyalties are so easily swayed. Well, my loyalties are with peace and cooperation and everyone stays alive and everyone is good with each other. So can't we just get along? That's where my loyalties are. I thought you were more than Yannick's attack dog, Rabaya. Sabine spits back. Are you not able to think for yourself? Rabaya holds the baton strong, and for a moment you think she's about to hammer it down Sabine's chest, but after a painful wait she throws Sabine down instead, then spins the baton in her hand, thumbing a switch and shutting off in a single move. Rabaya, explain. They both look at you, each still catching their breath as if they had forgotten about your presence. Explain what? How the moment I call my enforcers will come down here and take them away? Rabaya cracks her neck. You're lucky I didn't kill you. I would have had every right. Every right. She shouts, the anger a release of tension more than a threat. Sabine lifts themselves a little. Bruised from the fall, they roll into their side and cough. Rabaya gives them some space, sitting back on the stool. Sabine props themselves up on their elbows and fixes Rabaya with a hard stare. You have something to say? Rabaya taunts. Say it. This is your final opportunity, because after this, she laughs. No coming back. What's the point? Sabine breathes heavily. She refuses to listen to criticism of the great Yatagan project. Rabaya collects herself. Speak! She folds her arms and waits to be convinced. Sabine takes a breath, organizing their thoughts. They go to start, pause, then decide on another approach. Eventually they say it. Yannick is a traitor. Rabaya immediately flinches, her eyes going to her prosthetic arms, her muscles clenching, but she rides it out, more eager to prove Sabine wrong than she is to hurt them, at least for now. When I came here from SNARP, they glance at you, gauging your reaction. It was Yannick who was one of the first to support me, to look after me. I should have known then, but I was naive and afraid. Sabine turns to you. Sleeper. They take a breath. I know that I should have told you I worked for SNARP long ago, but I thought you would abandon me, and you are my final friend. What you should know is that I left SNR because I was running for my life. I leaked documents on the Sleeper program on the illegal and immoral practices it relied on to the press. SNR wanted me dead, and I fled as far as I could to this refugee of the edge of the surrogate systems. Sabine stops to collect themselves. What does this have to do with Yannick? Rabaya interrupts. The Sleeper knows you're SNR. I told them. And while you hide beneath the cover of being a whistleblower, you and I both know you've worked on the Sleeper program. Yannick told me as much. Sabine's face falls. It is true. They glance at you and then away ashamed. They leave their head, but it is Yannick, not me, who is in pocket of SNR. Rabaya flinches again. I can prove it. He made some kind of deal to keep me here, to tie me up in that, to lock me away. In exchange... Rabaya slams her hand on the deck. Just tell us, for God's sake. In exchange for those, Sabine finishes, nodding towards Rabaya's prosthetic arm in its cradle. He has been using Yatagan enforcers using you as the test subjects for SNR technology. I have the data to prove it. He has been bringing them in under the guise of stolen shipments and having me fit them, knowing each one is capturing data and sending it back to its makers. Rabaya's fixed expression has started to fade. Sabine produces a slate. It's all here. Thousands of hours of usage data, failure rates, error dumps. These are untested implants, Rabaya. They could short out, fail, cause cascading failures across a person's body. And they have. Sabine suddenly looks incredibly tired. I thought the error rate in the units was down to them being stolen or modified. I have tried to fix hundreds of failures in my time here. Not all of them. They stop, unable to continue. Rabaya closes her eyes and breathes in. Then she opens them again. She holds out a hand to Sabine. Show me, she says. Later, much later, when you leave, Sabine is still taking Rabaya through the manifests and usage data. Both of them crowded around the terminal as Sabine leads Rabaya through each layer of Yannick's betrayal. As you leave, Sabine catches your eye, and something passes between you. Something like a thank you, or a sorry, or some other expression that communicates both sadness and hope. Alright, +1 upgrade point, so we have 1 now, okay. We can grab the photosynthetic skin, I guess. Or we can save up for one of these +2s here, although do we really need +2s? Rabaya's office. Enemy of my enemy. Rabaya and Sabine have been holed up in her office for a while now. What are they planning? Okay. I think... Can we go here again? No, we are done here, alright. Are we gonna lose our cheap access to Cyro, to the stabilizer here? Well, just in case, I'm gonna go and buy some. And I'm gonna go and sell some data here. because those... We have access to those just because the Yatagan was kind enough to supply some for me. Okay, sell some Yatagan data as well. Well, that's not selling Yatagan data, is it? So interesting. My goal is fulfilled. Actually, I'm very happy it turned out this way, that Sabine and Rabaya are cooperating with each other now. That's exactly what I wanted. So, not sure if we would get to that part, like either way, but still very happy that's how it went down. And so, let's see. I probably want to do an engage action, a bar shift. Well, rations are pretty cheap now, look at that, so I don't really have to, like, force energy work. Caster stable. Why doesn't this thing go away if we cannot use it anymore? Freight operator. Let's go and steal some more. Haha. Midline security. I wonder if I should, like, go full here, right? I mean, why not? Just to find out what that's all about. We have 7 scrap. Okay. I'm gonna pay 1 scrap for an extra action here. I mean, for an extra die next round, which basically means extra action. Okay, let's end the cycle then. And let's go talk to Ankita. Ankita. Starving though. Okay, Ankita, are you back to the shuttle pod or whatever? Let's track this thing. Oh, there she is. But I would see this, no? Oh, Ankita is away. Amber is docked here at the rickety old jetty, but she's sealed up. A note says, "Sleeper, stay. I'll be ready soon." Okay. Sure. I'll wait. So 2 more rounds before we can interact with that. Let's go to Hypercommute here. Let's use this poor dice. Well, I mean, it says it's safe, so it also an engage action, so we have a chance to gain energy here. HIFA member ++. Okay. I'm curious about this thing. There we go, we got 2 energy, beautiful. Okay, now let's go do something dangerous. Going green, so this one gives me 3. So this one's better. Yeah, we should definitely use this one here. Oh, some more energy. But did I get energy there? Doesn't say I'm gonna get energy, interesting. Explore the greenway. It's unlike any place. This is where the food is produced, by the way. Okay. The mushroom groves and the aviary overgrown garden. Isn't aviary place where the birds are? Farm stacks, vertical farms. Mushroom groves, buried fungus chambers. Okay. Okay, we can get some... Collect spores. While the grove mushrooms are dangerously inconsistent, spores provide a chance to gather or study the species in an untouched form. So we can get some spores here. We can also get some girole caps. The fungus that grow in the deep groves of the greenway are typically avoided, but those with sharp eyes might find useful fruiting bodies. We need these for, well, multiple stuff. So we need some giroles here. Girole caps. But we also need them. Yeah. Okay, what's this? The aviary. Clear overgrowth. Sunlight refuge. Owns a corporate garden for impressing gas with gene-tweaked birds. Now this chamber is a mess of overgrowth. You can change that. Cut away the choking vines. Stop the rot, and this place could be turned back into garden of sorts. Oh, we can make our own garden here, it seems like. And we can get some Girol caps here. Okay, maybe we make the garden first, and it's gonna be easier to grow, right? Maybe, I don't know. We can also get groove spores here. Okay, and let's see, farm stacks. Steal the harvest. There's loads of food here. Why should these farmers keep it to themselves? You can do it quick, they might not even notice it's gone. If you get caught stealing, there's no way you'll be able to work in the stacks. It's as simple as that. Huh. The farming collective who control the stacks don't like to sell their food piecemeal, but for the right price they'll let it go. Work for stacks. Some farm stacks from the old station have survived, and the farmers that work them are always looking for new workers. They pay by yield. Okay, so we can earn some cash here. Interesting. Huh. Doesn't say what this action gives, but probably a whole bunch of energy, right? Okay. So do we do this one or that one? That's a good question. Or do something else entirely. Ah, so many missions to do. We can also go climb some more. Like... I guess if you go and like steal here some more, we're gonna be like prevented from being freight operator anymore. I don't know, I really don't wanna do it. Like, I'm curious what we get if we do that, but maybe we feed our curiosity a little bit later, right? Maybe. Okay, that's Rabaya. Mingji Express, Tambur Tea House. Okay. Anything else that's kind of hard to do? So here we have to bring... You have to bring 3 Girol fricasse. So we need Girol caps, right? So we have to go collect some shrooms. Right, play the exchange. 19 Syro. Yeah, that one's an interesting one. That's for sure. Okay, Helion Crossing. Right, our old place. I wish I could remove these, which we're not using anymore. We're not gonna sleep in the container no longer, so. Heritage offices. Right. Okay. Let's do some work here. There we go. Alright, and that's gonna be it for this episode. Hopefully you did enjoy it. I wish you all to have a wonderful day. Do some nice things, be kind to each other. Let's make the world together a better place. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. The Neomer signing out.